Hey, what's up, guys? Secret Underdog here. I am back with another wrestling video for you guys. Today we have WWE WrestleMania 38. We are going to be reviewing it. I'll talk about the matches. I'll give you my thoughts. Um, Few things before we start. First of all, we're gonna try to aim for 10 minutes for this video, so I'll be kind of going by quickly. Second of all, the thing that I was watching WrestleMania night one on was very laggy. It kept freezing. My stream kept freezing and stuff. Um, and sometimes it was just like completely like um the quality just was awful. It would sometimes like mute and do all this weird stuff. So I wasn't able to like get the full on 100% perfect experience. So bear with me. And three, while we go into this, prayers up to Rick Boogs. If you guys don't know, Rick Boogs made his WrestleMania debut today. Unfortunately, the match that he was in had to be changed. The ending had to be changed because Rick Boogs, I don't even know what happened. I think it's something with his knee. I don't know if he like landed wrong or one of the Usos just didn't get up right when he went to do the move, to do whatever move he was doing. But yeah, he fell down. He was in pain. He had to be carried off. He has to get surgery. So prayers up to Rick Boogs. It's very unfortunate to see that match go out that way, but fortunately, it's just how the sport is. These injuries happen a lot, and yeah, again, prayers up to him, man. It's just very sad on your WrestleMania debut. But let's get into it, man. I'll have to say this too, man. I'll say this. This was a great event. I loved it. I absolutely loved this event. I went in with I don't want to say I went in with like, oh, I had low expectations, but I went in with like lower expectations than I probably would have had for maybe like some other event. I was like, okay, I'll go in not being too hyped up, because if I get myself hyped up and the matches aren't as good as I thought, well then I'm not gonna enjoy the match, or I'm not gonna enjoy the show. And I loved everything, so clearly I did something right. 70 over 70,000 fans. Wow, that's crazy. So again, first night, our first match was the Usos versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. Um, I mean, CBS gave it a C minus, which I mean, yeah, I guess the match wasn't that good to kick off, but you guys gotta understand, just one of the most unfortunate things that could happen in a wrestling match happened, and there's really nothing they could do. As you can see right here, Boogs attempted to put both Usos up in a fireman's carry, but his knee gave out. Boogs never returned to the match. WWE later announced that Boogs had suffered a torn quad patellar, whatever that word is, tendon. Um, yeah, very sad stuff, man. Usos won. I like the Usos. I love Shinsuke and Rick Boogs. I love Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. It's just, I don't know what they're gonna do with them now, but yeah, was it the best way to start off WrestleMania? Um, I mean, I think on paper this match was a good starter. If the injury didn't happen, this match would have probably been a pretty decent start. But again, I mean, it's hard to really disagree with the CBS rating, but in my rating, just I would probably give it like, I guess, a C, maybe a C minus, like CBS gave it. It's kind of hard to score this match just because of what happened. So we'll just move on. I'm gonna try to get this video done as fast as I can because I don't want it to be long. Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin. This was actually a pretty decent match. I loved when at the end of the match, McIntyre got a sword and managed to cut the two top ropes. That's what CBS said right there. Just the whole ring like looked destroyed. It looked awesome, man. I love that moment. Drew McIntyre also kicked out of the End of Days, or what was it called? now. Didn't they call it Happy Days? I was in comment stream and he was calling it Happy Days, but no, it's still the end of days, I think. So he kicked out at the end of the days, and honestly, I was surprised. I guess it was kind of build up to kind of like foreshadow, like, oh yeah, Drew McIntyre was gonna kick out of it. I guess it was foreshadowed on some events or some episodes of like Raw or SmackDown or something, but I don't know. I didn't catch anything. But yeah, it was pretty awesome to see. It was very surprising, and yeah, it was a pretty good match. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I loved the ending. I loved the surprise factor of McIntyre kicking out of Corbin's end of days. Yeah, solid match. Mysterio versus Miz and Logan Paul. Surprisingly, I didn't hate this match. I don't really like Logan Paul, but seeing him in the ring, he actually looked pretty good. I'll give credit where credit's due. I don't like Logan Paul as a person. I don't really like his YouTube channel. I don't really like him. I don't hate the guy, of course, but I never really cared too much about him or liked him. He looked impressive in the ring. He looked way better than I would have expected. So, I mean, shout outs to Logan Paul. You gotta give shout outs when you have to. The Miz and Logan Paul picked up the victory. Drew McIntyre picked up the victory earlier, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that, but yeah, Miz and Logan Paul, they won. A little bit of a surprise, but I guess if I would have paid more attention to like the rumors and stuff, yeah, those would probably be obvious. Miz turned on Paul at the end. He hit him with a skull crushing finale, which I guess I don't know if that really means. Does that mean the Miz turned face now? I don't really understand, but Dominic Mysterio looked great. Rey Mysterio looked great. Miz looked great. Paul looked great. Everyone looked great. It was a fun match. I don't really give like CBS gives like, oh, this match was a grade B. I don't really give matches a grade. I usually just wait until the end to give you guys like my final, like, okay, out of 10 I rate this a, whatever. So we're not gonna go over and grade matches. We'll just wait until the rating at the end. But this was the rating for the full show. But yeah, but this was a good match. This was a good match. We only have 3 minutes left. Okay, we're gonna kind of move it along. Wow, what a match this was, man. Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair. First of all, Bianca Belair won this match. She is the new Raw Women's Champion. Congratulations, you deserve it, Bianca Belair. Absolutely amazing talent. Becky Lynch is also an amazing talent. Both of these girls just absolutely did amazing tonight. It'd be nice if my stream would actually like cooperate with me and not lag every 2 seconds and stutter and the quality didn't drop. But man, they really gave it their all. It started off with Becky Lynch hit the manhandle slam like right when the match started pretty much. And I'm like, they're not gonna do what they did at SummerSlam, I hope, when Becky just beat Belair very quickly and then that was it. But no, Belair kicked out and they wrestled, man. They wrestled. The match was great. I thought it was fun. I enjoyed it. And I was pretty surprised that Belair won. I'm very happy that she won. But no, I'm shocked. I'm very happy that Belair won. I wouldn't mind if Becky won. I'm just saying, but both of them are great. I absolutely love what Bianca Belair's been doing lately. I didn't really care who won this match because I like both girls. But Bianca, man, she deserves it. Shout outs to her. Hopefully her reign is gonna be like a very, very good one and an enjoyable one. So shout outs to Belair. So yeah, Lynch at the end went for a manhandle. Belair says kicked up the turnbuckle, backflipped. She hit the KOD, and then she got the win. There's one part where I thought they used didn't they use the tables? Or not the tables, didn't they use the stairs in this match? I don't know, my stream was just acting so stupid, I'm sorry, but this was a good match. The attires and entrances, by the way, were amazing. I love Bianca's attire. I love Becky's new look. I love what the Usos. I love what Shinsuke was wearing. I love what Rick Boogs was wearing. But now, ladies and gentlemen, holy cow. They were getting me nervous, man. You know, the long hesitation. 40, like, I don't know how long it was exactly, but several just, it felt like hours went by when no music, nothing was going on, and then the lights go out, and then instantly I'm like, this is the Fiend. This has to be the Fiend, right? And then I heard wrestling, and I'm like, as soon as I heard the wrestling, as soon as I heard that word, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Cody Rhodes. And then Kingdom played. I love Kingdom. I know a lot of fans were disappointed that Smoke and Mirrors wasn't the one that was chose, but I love Kingdom, and I think Kingdom is like probably the best fit for him, for Cody Rhodes right now. So Cody Rhodes came out. I was super hyped up. I was excited. I was like shaking with excitement. So we got Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes. Wow. What? And Rollins' reaction was perfect, by the way. He was like laughing and smiling, and then he like got this mad face, and he like shook his head, like, "Oh yeah, come on, bring it." During the match, you could see Rollins kind of like smacking at Cody and saying, "Welcome to the big leagues." Yeah, just a lot of good heel stuff. Rhodes looked happy to be back. His post-match interviews that I saw, he just had tears in his eye. He's happy to be back home. He's happy to be back here. Oh yeah, CBS even mentioned the "Welcome to the Big Leagues" thing. I just noticed that. This match was pretty good, man. This match was pretty good. I'm not just saying that because Cody was here, but both men looked great. Cody looked great. Seth Rollins looked great. A lot of bumps taken from the outside. Cody went over the ropes. I do want to mention the ending because I thought the ending was pretty cool. So Rhodes hit the Crossroads twice, and he tried to hit a Crossroads earlier, but I think Seth Rollins countered it. And Rollins, yeah, like CBS said, Rollins hit a pedigree. Rhodes kicked out. I was looking at that. I'm like, don't tell me the pedigree is gonna like do this. Now I wouldn't. I thought originally like maybe the pedigree would end it, but then I was like, nah. But the pedigree, I don't know how I feel about it just being like a regular move now. It should just be like a finisher in my opinion, but it's not that big of a deal. It's just not really anything to complain about. Anyways, about the end, Rhodes hit Rollins twice with the Crossroads. I thought he was only gonna do it once, but then he kind of like held on to him. He picked Rollins up again, hit another Crossroads. He picked him up again, and he kind of like let him go. He hit the bionic elbow. Hit some jabs. He hit some jabs. He hit the bionic elbow, just like the great old late Dusty Rhodes. Rest in peace, Dusty Rhodes. You were amazing. You were absolutely an amazing human being and wrestler. So it was very nice to see him paying respects to his dad. I thought it was very sweet, and he hit one more final Crossroads, and then he won. Definitely, just I know a lot of people expected it, but I never, you can never say like for certain what's gonna happen in wrestling, right? Yeah, it was just so hyped up. I'm like shaking just talking about it. It got me so hyped up. I loved seeing Cody come out, have a great match, and oh my gosh, I loved it. I loved this match. Was it the best ever? No, but it was a really, really good match. Very good by both men, because both of these men are obviously really talented. I'm shaking because of this. Let's see if I could play this. Oh my gosh, I love it, man. I love it. Okay, so here we go. Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey. Charlotte Flair picked up the victory. Now they had an interesting ref spot at the end where I believe Charlotte speared the ref, and so after Charlotte speared the ref, Rousey caught her, had her in a submission, and Flair was tapping out. And Wait, hold on. Let me. Did I mess something up? Wait, did I mess something up? Did I miss something? Oh, wait. I thought. Nah, they didn't. Did they flicker? I mean, okay. This is saying. Okay, Rousey hit another Piper's Pit, and Flair was able to get her foot on the bottom rope. As Rousey complained, Flair hit natural selection for a near fall. I remember that. As Flair set up the figure eight again, Rousey kicked her into the referee. I thought Charlotte was going for a spear or something. I mean, then again, my thing was lagging the whole time, so I don't know. But either way, I remember Flair like spearing the referee, but it doesn't matter. The referee got knocked down by Big Flair, yeah, by by Charlotte Flair. Um, Ronda had her in a submission hold. You could see Charlotte tapping out, but the ref obviously didn't see it. So Ronda Rousey went over, kind of picked up the ref, saying, "Hey, come on, come on, come on." And yeah, that was pretty much something you should never do. You should never do that in wrestling, because if the referee goes down, well then you're done. You're done, man. You're done. Um. So yeah, obviously, Ronda didn't get the 2 count. Flair hit her with a big boot. Flair won. And I do kind of agree with the ending statement here. The match was a bit sloppy and structured oddly, going for more drama than it delivered, but was not bad in any way either. I didn't really get the more drama statement, but there was a botch in this match where I honestly feel like it was more Ronda being farther away than she should have been. Flair got up to the top rope, did a moonsault, and it just Ronda wasn't even close to it. So Flair landed on her feet, and then she did like another backflip. It looked very weird. And again, I feel like it's more Ronda's fault because Ronda was so far away from Flair. But and there was also a little bit of a wardrobe misfunction or misfunction. What on earth? There's a little bit of a wardrobe issue with Charlotte Flair. I don't like when that happens because I know like a lot of people on Twitter freak out about it, and it's like the girls and the men who have these wardrobe malfunctions, they're already embarrassed about it. You don't have to go on social media and make it even more embarrassing and unnecessary. It doesn't need to be it doesn't need to be brought into like you don't need to bring attention to it, you know what I mean? So I was wondering why my screen went black, but then I thought, okay, it's probably a wardrobe malfunction. So, yeah, I hate when people like post on Twitter about it, and they're like they post a picture of it. Hey guys, look at this, because it's embarrassing and it's pretty rude to the person involved. So yeah, not a big fan of the people who do that, but altogether, this was a pretty good match, though. It was a pretty good match. Shout outs to Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey. Charlotte Flair, I don't like her because she gets on my nerves, and I mean, hey, that's her doing a good job. She's a good heel. Ronda, I feel like Ronda needs to work on her promos more, and I feel like she needs just a little bit more energy or something in the ring. I guess not really like anything to add to the ring, but the promos need to kind of get better. But I like both women. This was a good match, and yeah, moving on. Now this one right here, man, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Kevin Owens. Wow, I didn't really expect it to be a match tonight. Stone Cold was cursing. Kevin Owens was talking smack. The show got destroyed. The KO show thing got destroyed. Steve Austin came out on the buggy. Steve Austin was drinking beer the whole time. Stone Cold took bumps. He took some suplexes and some hits and just some bumps. It was crazy to see. And it's crazy to see because of all the injuries and stuff that Stone Cold went through. So, shout out to Stone Cold. He did great this match. Kevin Owens also did great this match. Shout out to both of these guys. What the heck kind of match was this? Was this Falls Count Anywhere? It wasn't called Falls Count Anywhere. I think it was like Hold on now. Let me read really quick. Okay, no holds barred match. Okay, so yeah, they were going into the stands. Kevin Owens tried to run away, and Stone Cold chased him with the a little ATV, a little buggy. It just it was so great to see Stone Cold wrestle again. And you know what? He didn't even look bad. He didn't look bad. He looked pretty good. Owens looked great. He was selling great. Stone Cold was selling great. There was one instance where I think Kevin Owens kicked him in the back, and Stone Cold like very lately sold very late, but it's not really that big of a deal. It was one little baby thing that wasn't even a big deal. Both of these guys did good. Um, Owens hit a stunner on Stone Cold. Stone Cold kicked out. This is the funny part. Owens actually grabbed the steel chair. He went to hit Stone Cold. It hit the top rope. It hit Owens in the face. Austin hit the stunner. 1, 2, 3. Austin wins. And Austin, drinking beer the whole time. I don't know how many beers he drank while during the match and after the match. Oh my gosh, it was a lot of beer. Byron Sexton came in, and by the way, it was really funny seeing Kevin Owens hit the top rope with the chair and get hit in the face with his own steel chair. It was pretty funny to see. Very well done, very creative and well done at the end. Byron Sexton came in the ring, drank some beer. Stone Cold kicked him, stunned him, gave him a stunner. Looked great. I thought. By the way, Kevin Owens got stunned twice. One during the match and another one after the match. I thought they sold him great. I thought Owens sold the stunners great. I thought Byron even sold the stunner great. Stone Cold just catching beers, drinking them. His brother came in and drank a beer with him. Very feel-good moment. Very awesome event. Or very awesome promo and match. I feel like the pacing was a little but it wasn't bad at all. It wasn't bad at all. So, one last can. There he is. One last can. So, guys, let's get my final review because this video is way too long. I'll give my final review and I'll talk very briefly about it, everything. Well, no, I don't have to talk very briefly about anything. My final review for this night, I'll give it a 9 point. No. Maybe I'll give it a 9 out of 10. A lot of these matches, guys, were very good. A lot of the matches, even if they weren't quote unquote very good, they were still very enjoyable and fun to watch and just good overall. So this was an amazing way to start off WrestleMania weekend. This is only night 1. We have night 2 to get through too. I said that really weirdly, but we have night 2. I can't wait for it. This was a great start to WrestleMania. The matches were fun. The matches were really good and creative and fun to watch. There was a lot of athleticism. Jim Cornette might be proud for this. Might be proud for the Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, or he might be proud about the Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins match. I don't know. Jim Cornette probably isn't gonna like this event too much, but I don't know. Maybe he will like it. I don't know. But it doesn't really matter what I mean, I like Jim Cornette. I'm not trying to say it doesn't matter what he thinks, but in my own opinion, I loved what I saw tonight. And if you're old school and you're like, well, wrestling has to be this way and that way, and that's fine. You have your own opinions. That's perfectly okay. But my eyes, wrestling is what this night was. This was wrestling. It was, I had a surprise. It made you feel good. It made you hyped up. It made you emotional. With the Hall of Fame, I forgot to mention the Hall of Fame. Undertaker came out. Shad Gaspar's kid and wife, I believe, came out, which was very sweet to see. Shout out to Shad Gaspard. Rest in peace. You are a hero. Steiner Brothers came out. Did a little tribute thing for Vader. I think they brought out his mask or something. Rest in peace, Vader. Rest in peace, Ray. Oh my gosh, excuse me. Rest in peace, Vader. You will be missed. God bless. And rest in peace, Jack Gaspard. You will also be missed. God bless. So, just emotions and just the amount of fun we had watching, or the amount of fun I had watching the matches, and how good the matches were. A lot of the matches were. It just made me like think to myself, this is why pro wrestling is like one of my favorite things to watch. This is why I prefer pro wrestling over like any sports or something. I love basketball, I like football, I like soccer, but nothing ever really compares to wrestling for me. And maybe I didn't notice it before, but I noticed it now. Like, wrestling is like my favorite thing ever as far as sports entertainment goes. So yeah, I'm giving this a solid 9 out of 10. This was a very good event. I enjoyed it. If you guys liked what you see, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with another WrestleMania video tomorrow, WrestleMania Night 2. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I'm sorry this was long. Peace out.